This is TWiT.
Online safety bill is coming to the UK. It's in front of Parliament right now. If it passes, websites will have to do age checks.
Yeah. Age requirements. It's got a bunch of requirements around age checks. It was being pushed by a coalition of companies that sell age check services.
Not interesting.
Color be shocked.
At one point, they were saying you'd have to go into a pub and prove that you were over 13.
Right, like an older version. I'm not totally sure what the plan is here. I think that now you can do an online one.
Yeah.
An older version of the UK law, which failed, was you had to go into like a pub or I think
maybe the post office,
grocery store, any place that does ID checks already, and then they'd give you like a number.
Excuse me, I'd like to see porn. Hey, Joe, this guy wants to see porn over here.
See porn?
Right.
All right, show me your ID, Governor.
Right, I'll take the Scotch, the Marlboros,
and porn ID.
A Pornhub login. Yeah, so it's got a lot of scary stuff in it. I think a number of people have not been paying attention to Europe. Now, obviously, the UK is not part of the EU anymore. They're going their own way on child safety. Between the Digital Services Act and the Online Safety Bill, there's a huge number of requirements for American companies that are kicking in already this year, and that there will be more if this one passes. And some of them are reasonable.
Stuff on encryption, too.
Some of them are reasonable and some of them are not. Like one of the real downsides of the UK encryption, the UK bill, is it's not clear that end-to-end encryption will work with the requirements.
That's a huge one because, and by the way, as an example, and we're going to see more of this, Wikipedia has said if this passes, we're not going to do age checks. And now, of course, does that mean there's no Wikipedia in the UK? Or, as one government official said, oh, don't worry, because only sites posing a high risk to children will need age verification. But
I'll look at the trans entry and see what the GOP says about that with schools. I mean, there's no safety anymore on speech in that way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the digital. So this is not yet law, online safety bill. We're going to keep watching it. It's expected it will be, however.
It's headed that way.
I do think this is really emblematic of what's happened in the United States as we've really ceded our willingness to take an active role in technology and how it shapes our lives. We've just made the collective decision to sit it out. Except for your partner Alex Krebs, who I closely watched.
Chris Krebs
did an excellent job.
Chris, right? Yeah.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah.
But largely we've sat out any kind of interest in shaping how technology is going to face our lives. And, I think you can look at what Europe is doing. I don't agree with much of GDPR. I don't agree with large parts of this. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, if we are not going to take an active role in this, other people are going to do it. And they're going to make decisions that affect all of us that we don't necessarily agree with. Blue Sky is going to run head first into with their decentralized idea of how moderation works. They're going to run head first into Germany's laws on hate speech. I don't know how they get around that. So, it's part of a larger symptom of us just being uninterested in doing the job of governance, very much to our consternation.
If you love all things Android, well, I've got a show for you to check out. It's called All About Android, and I'll give you 3 guesses what we talk about. We talk about Android, the latest news, hardware, apps. We answer feedback. It's me, Jason Howell, Ron Richards, WinTwit Dow, and a whole cast of awesome characters talking about the operating system that we love. You can find All About Android at twit.tv/AAA.